What's going on, everyone? My name is Jeff. So we are just a couple hours removed from the shareholder meeting that was held in California for Tesla stock, okay? The past week has been outstanding for Tesla. Now, let me be clear about something. If you are a long-term investor, you still probably aren't seeing that reflect in your portfolio. But the stock is up $26 and roughly 14% over the past week. And now let's talk for a minute about some of the price action today. Tesla traded up $4.22 during the normal trading hours, and then an additional $8.40, roughly 4% up in after hours trading. Now, this comes as a result of the shareholders meeting, and there is quite a bit of material to cover, and so that is what I really want to talk about in this video right here. So make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all the support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If anything, in the short term, my interest is starting to become bullish on Tesla stock. Like I said, if you look, it is still down at some very, very low points. Some short-term call options that are in the money might be the way to play this trade right now. You know, Tesla stock has been known to run even when the market is bearish. I've seen it back in October through December when the indexes were falling well over 5,000 points fell off the Dow, and Tesla was up running near towards all-time highs. So Tesla does not trade like a normal stock. It's very cyclical, and automotive stocks, they kind of live in a world of their own. Tesla is still down near its lows. Like I said, perhaps some calls might be the way to play this right now. So I really like this headline. It caught my eye. It says, at Tesla shareholder meeting, Musk assures there is not a demand problem, okay? Now, I think some of this helped the stock. Like I said, I think it might help explain the up to $8 running up on the stock after hours. And whether this is true or false, this is incredibly good leadership to come out at a very, very difficult time for Tesla stock and to ensure investors that there is not a demand problem. We will have to wait till the next earnings report to really gauge that fully. Like I said, the last earnings report being such a disappointment, there's probably quite a few investors that have lost faith in Musk. But of course, that just kind of remains to be unknown until we get there. So he spoke at the company's annual shareholder meeting, and that was in Mountain View, California, and he was telling investors it won't be long before we have a 400-mile range car. So that comes as pretty big news. I know there's a lot of shareholders that are going to take great pride in these types of things. He also said that sometime next year, Tesla drivers will be able to use self-driving features in their vehicles without intervention, okay? Now, I will say this probably caught my attention more than anything. Now, I have known this, but seems like I've forgotten that every car made since October of 2016 is capable for full autonomy with replacement of the computer alone, okay? And then he went on to mention that they still need regulatory approval, but the capability is there. Of course, this massively increases the value of the car, and this kind of made me laugh. He says that he thinks it's basically financially insane to buy anything except an electric car that is upgradable to autonomy. So this is definitely a swift move forward. We are going to have to see if he delivers on all these things, and we're just going to have to see how these things work into Tesla's factories. The cost versus the capability, how that's going to affect the stock. And of course, we're going to have to let another earnings report or two pass before we're really going to know. But this is definitely the car company of the future, okay? The vision is there. Now we just need the fundamentals and the earnings to be there with it. Now, when asked about profitability, he says profitability is always challenging if you're a fast-growing company. Then Tesla is on target to grow its fleet by 60 to 80% this year, and it's hard to be profitable with that level of growth. Now, I do agree with that. Big growth companies do have a hard time having strong fundamentals. And of course, automotive companies have an even harder time doing this, okay? But he said the company could be cash flow positive while growing at that rate. Now, again, one of those things we're just going to have to wait and see what earnings bring us. Please don't have a short memory. I'm guilty of this just as bad as the next person, but it was actually less than a month ago, just 3 weeks ago, when Elon Musk did tell Tesla employees the company will run out of cash in about 10 months unless hardcore cutting cost efforts are made. So, I do understand this is a shareholders meeting and you're trying to leave everyone with a very bullish sentiment, but it's hard to believe that this article was published 3 weeks ago. And then today at the shareholders meeting, he's telling people they could be cash flow positive in 2019. A lot of conflicting stuff. And that's why as investors and traders, we all have to be very objective to what is going on. Keep in mind, there is a lot of conflicting information floating around out there. So use your best judgments. So this short-term optimism, I do think is going to move the stock, and I can almost guarantee Tesla stock will probably be up $10 to $15 tomorrow. That would be my conservative guess, and of course a lot of that just depends on market conditions. But I do see in the short term Tesla stock running on this shareholders meeting. So the electric vehicle and renewable energy company is on the hook to produce and deliver 90,000 to 100,000 cars to customers by the end of this quarter, per its earlier guidance, which has been reiterated by execs including Musk and CFO Zach Kirkhorn through this period. So they seem very, very confident in making those deliveries, and perhaps there might be a big upset in this next earnings report. So always keep that in mind. Tesla is also trying to make and sell more cars with fewer employees in the US, having let off hundreds in cost-cutting measures earlier this year, at the same time as expanding operations internationally with a new battery plant and car assembly known as Gigafactory 3 underway in Shanghai. Now, Musk also told shareholders that they should expect an unveiling of the Tesla pickup truck towards the end of the summer 2019 and production of its larger electric semi-truck by the end of 2020. So some very, very exciting things coming out for Tesla. This annual meeting, it marks the first time for Tesla since Oracle founder Larry Ellison and Walgreens Boot Alliance executive Kathleen Wilson-Thompson joined the company's board of directors late in 2018. So let's talk about where Tesla stock goes in the short term, okay? So I do think the walkaway from this shareholders meeting is going to push the stock temporarily. As you can see, I have the 1-year chart pulled up right now. And guys, this is what I was talking about just a few moments ago. Back during the month of December, that's when the indexes were hitting their 1-year low. You can remember the Dow Jones dipped down to 22,000 points, and Tesla on the 13th of December was making its year high. Or it might not be exactly its 1-year highs, but very, very close, peaking out at a period of time when the markets were crashed out. So Tesla does not trade like a normal stock, obviously. And there's still a lot of bearish sentiment. Like I said, do not have a short memory. We just come just a few weeks ago from these articles that were published by Morgan Stanley and Citigroup, given these insanely low price targets. But the thing about it is those analysts can turn right around and change their coverage tomorrow. I think right now it's all about volume, okay? The average volume on Tesla in 3 months is 11.24 million shares daily, and today we've seen 11.65 million. So a little boost in volume. I do think over the next couple of days you're going to see a lot more volume pour into Tesla, and so on the temporary side I do see Tesla stock running up. I feel like there's an opportunity for a pretty good swing trade, and just keep in close mind market conditions could play a deciding factor on just where Tesla stock trades. We're in a very confusing state in the market right now. And so even from 1 month ago when Tesla was around $230, that was shortly after that really disappointing earnings call. And then we got this big dip down to the 170s. Of course, I made several videos about buying puts and possibly going short on Tesla. I did warn, please cover on all those positions around 180, 185. And I'm glad I said that in several of those videos. I hope none of you got caught on a short squeeze here. But I could see Tesla easily running back to $250 a share and perhaps more than that. Now, where I would start getting cautious is close to the next earnings report, because as we all know, that could go either way, okay? I do think for a long-term position though, if you are just investing in Tesla stock, this is probably a fantastic place to start. You know, as while we're still well under $250 a share. So if you just want to simply go long on this company, not trade it, I think anything under $250 a share is a wonderful place to start, okay? Then too, I do want to use this map. Guys, Tesla is only up 8% over the past 5 years. I do feel like it's undervalued at these levels. Just keep in mind, Tesla can get in trouble. This is a very, very news sensitive company. So if you are going to trade it, just keep in mind how sensitive this company is to news. Okay, I do want to give fair warning about that. This is not the kind of stock or company I would feel investing a very, very large sum of money on, especially with call or put options. You know, I rank Tesla right up there with Facebook and Apple. Okay, very, very sensitive to any kind of incoming news. So anyways, like I said, long-term position 225, anything between 225 and 50, probably a great place to start a long-term position. Being that back here in June of 2017, this was almost a $400 per share stock. So you're getting around $150 to $170 of discount currently. But that's all I got for the video, guys. Make sure to drop your comments in the comment section. I would really love to hear them. Thank you as always for watching the video, and have a great day.